Welcome to this week's episode of Crazy Train with Jasmine St. Clair. I hope that everyone is enjoying everything so far. I can't believe it's been over a year. You guys have been religiously following me. And thank you very much for the new followers of this podcast. Make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube as well under Crazy Train Podcast. That's crazy with a K. And I'm still trying to get through the season, so I'm still taking my silver colloidal spray from Nature's Wings. I'm still not sick yet. Thank God. So last week's interview was a lot of fun with Sophia Locke. She was an unusual guest because we shared a lot of the same views, especially when it comes to guys. But this week, I wanted to bring on a former beauty queen and someone from across the ocean who likes wrestling and who is a wrestler. Let's welcome Miss Nadia Sapphire.
And it's things like when I'm walking and stuff now, I'm like, oh, I'm thankful I can walk. I'm thankful I can do all these things, which makes me like my body more. So I do a lot of implied nudes, like a lot of naked bum, a lot of like hands over breasts and stuff like that. Then I do like lots of strip tease style content. I do a lot of custom wrestling content on there, lots of stink faces. I'm very fetish friendly as well, so I do a lot of custom content. So I've had people who want sploshing stuff or feet stuff or like POVs and stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it. I even get like just loads. Like I had someone like I made a birthday cake for someone in big granny panties, and I had to put all the ingredients in there and make a birthday cake.
Did you send it to someone?
Yeah, they paid me like 500 quid to do that for them. It's like a 10-minute video. Just like literally, it was like these massive granny panties in the back, and I was literally there like putting flour down there and eggs and stuff, and then literally at the end, then I took them off, and then I just hosed myself down in the garden, hosed the garden down, and it was all done.
Wait, you hosed yourself down in the garden. Did your neighbors see this?
I don't care. I don't think they do.
I love it. That's
like
excellent.
I've got fences, so they must think, what the fuck's wrong with this person?
I don't know how you girls have the patience. I just told Sophia Locke, who was on my podcast this week, I was Hustler's like guinea pig for a webcam years ago.
Yeah.
I lasted less than like 5 minutes because I was cursing people off. I didn't want to do things. I told some guy to go fuck off. I said, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do this. And they just thought it wasn't a good idea. So they just like shut the whole thing down with me. They're like, just go home or something. Like, yeah, fine. I'm not going to fucking do this. I don't have the patience for this because I'm always outside. I'm always doing things. I'm like a super active person. So
I feel like webcam's a different story. Like I did do webcam years and years ago, and that was so boring because like with webcam, you're trying to keep someone online as long as possible because they're paying you per minute. But with OnlyFans, I'm sort of like sometimes I'll have someone who subscribes to my OnlyFans and they'll just send me a boost. They'll be like, I expected to see fully nude, or I expected to see sex and stuff like that. Why the fuck isn't that on it? I'm like, mate, you just paid $15. Like you haven't like what do you think you're gonna see for $15? Like I'm like, think of it as a strip club. Like you always pay an entry fee to get into a strip club, and then literally you pay more to see more. Like that's how it works, and that's how I think of my OnlyFans. It's literally like a strip club.
well, there's also another thing. See, you're much nicer than I am. If someone said that to me, I'll say nudes of what? Your fucking mother? Or like sex with what? With your farm animal? With you and your farm animal? No.
Some of them think that they're entitled. It's like they think because they paid that $15, they deserve the world and they're entitled. But majority of people on my OnlyFans are so lovely, and I've built up so many lovely relationships. Like a lot of them, you just chat, general stuff. Like it's not even like sexual stuff. Like you're just chatting, just general chit chat. Hey, how are you? Oh, I've been on holiday. Oh, what do you do for work? Oh, how was your job? And there's like a lot of men on my OnlyFans as well who've got mental health and stuff, and they just want someone to talk to. So yeah, because like I was actually texting this boy the other day, and he was like, well, why don't you send me some pictures? And I said, why do I have to? And he said, oh, because you've got OnlyFans. And I was thinking, you're so entitled. I said to him, oh, well, they keep a roof over my head. And he wasn't happy when I said that. But I'm thinking like I know people call OnlyFans subscribers simps and stuff like that, but I don't think of them as that. I think these guys who subscribe to my OnlyFans, they pay a monthly subscription, they buy stuff off me, like, you know, they respect me, they're lovely to me, like, you know, they keep a roof over my head. Like, I've got the life which I love because of them. Like, I'm never gonna slag off like the people who are subscribed. If, like, you know, there's a certain thing I'm not comfortable doing, I'll just be like, oh, okay, well, no, I won't do that request. And then it's up to them whether they want to keep subscribing or not.
That's so great. Like, you treat it like a business. I noticed one thing during the pandemic is there were a lot of tourists, you know, just kind of sticking, like kind of poking their nose around, maybe wanted to do, maybe not. And maybe they put their feet in it or like those fingers or whatever, little nose into it. Then it just like pop back out because it's not for them.
Yeah.
Do people
Yeah,
ever
100%.
recognize you from OnlyFans? Like, it's the other side of the screen. Like, I would be freaked out because you don't know who's on the other side.
So people like with OnlyFans, I obviously promote my OnlyFans. The people who are on my OnlyFans, people who follow me on social media. So obviously I don't know who they are. It's crazy actually. My old housemate, we actually thought at one point her boyfriend had joined my OnlyFans, and that freaked me out because I was thinking he comes to my house and sees me in my pajamas and this and that. We don't know whether he did or didn't. Like, we never worked it out, but it was just like a few things where we thought that he had. But yeah, like if it was like say someone personal, then it freaked me out. But if it's just someone who's on my social media or something like that, then that doesn't really bother me, you know, because like obviously you don't want to like bump into someone in real life.
Yeah, well, try doing signings and so forth. It's like meeting the other side of eBay. And some of these
Oh,
people, they're nice, very nice, normal people, a lot of them. So I'm looking
yeah,
on my Shopify orders the other day and I see this name. I'm looking it was actually a British address. I'm like, wait a second, my aunt ordered something from there. She ordered
yeah.
one of my canvases in the bubble bath. It's a nice photo though. But then again, she's buying wrestling magazines of me in the UK. I'm like, oh, that's really sweet of her.
Oh, bless her, that's lush.
It is, but she doesn't have to go on my Shopify store and see like everything else. Where do people buy
She's
your merch?
supporting your business.
No,
So mine is Nadia Sapphire bigcartel.com. You know what, I do need to update my store though.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I've got merch on there, but I need to get some new prints and stuff put on there and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm quite shit with merch at the moment, to be honest. I need to be more on it.
Oh my God, I tried to set up my own Shopify store. Like I'm choosing the template. It looks like a total hurricane just hit it, like shit's all over the place. But I appreciate guys like going on there, like, okay, well wait, Jasmine, what's new? Okay, well, so I'm learning. So maybe like by the end of this week, I'll have the store like more together, like I pretend to be. Do you think that having OnlyFans affects your ability with not to wrestle, but just getting bookings and so forth?
It has then, like I know, like, you know, a few promoters who've been completely honest and said that, you know, they won't book me because of OnlyFans. I'm like, yeah, that's totally fair. Like, I totally understand, because I think for them, they don't want the backlash, because if like there's kids watching the shows, they don't want the backlash from if they Google me. But then you don't see anything. Like, if you Google me on the internet, you don't see anything, because you can't leak OnlyFans stuff. And if anything ever does get leaked, it gets taken down straight away, type of thing. It's like you can't see it anyway, but then I get the position they're in. So I just sort of like, okay, like that's totally fine. Like I respect that, you know, you've got a business to run, you know, like I wouldn't want to jeopardize anyone's business. So yeah.
You're so sweet. You could just give them my name and, you know, it's just, I was doing shows there. I worked for Alex Shane in England.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
worked other places. I was working in Hawaii. I mean, I was on a show. I was working for NWATNA. So if they really give you that whole thing,
Yeah.
seriously, like, that's just ridiculous. It's their loss at the end of the day. It is their loss. And I mean that. So
Oh, you're so nice.
no, it's true. No, this is me on a normal day. I'm not always that nice. I just exploded at someone at the gym, but kind of you know, it's this thing like where you leave your keys at the front of the gym and they give you a
Yeah.
lock and then they give you back someone else's key. So what if I just walked out of there? I have someone's like car, I have someone's apartment keys and
They
everything.
got yours as well, like if it was the other way
Well,
around.
I stopped her. I stopped her first when I go, oh, you know, your payment, you got to update your payment. I'm like, no, I don't. you already, I said, it went through my bank. Oh, you got to update it. I said, no, here's a screenshot. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And this little twat face has like her pen going. I'm like, you stupid twat. So I just like went about my workout. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're too funny.
Well, I still have my Fitness First membership. Is that in Wales as well? You're freezing. Hello. Let's see. So she is frozen temporarily. Let's see. Oh, there you are.
Sorry,
You're not frozen now.
it just froze. I'm turning my Wi-Fi on a second, see if that
It's okay.
right.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sorry, guys.
No, so do you have Fitness First in Wales?
No, Fitness First got closed down over here, like in the UK. So they don't like. I don't think there's many of them. Like I never see them. So like, yeah, I remember like 3 different health clubs in the UK. When I come over to the States, I think before I signed up to 24 Fitness, I think that's when I was using, because I was traveling around so much. I was just using different like 24s. And I think I used Planet Fitness as well when I was in the US.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah. Well, they haven't taken money out of my Fitness First membership in a while, so maybe it's like gone, but I'll double check. Now I have to like look into this and make sure. So how often do you come to the States? And is this what you do full time? I know that OnlyFans is a full-time thing, but is it just that and wrestling and aspirations of getting on page 3?
So for me, so I do OnlyFans, that's like my main income. Then I own a custom wrestling company in the UK, so do a lot of customs. I own a wrestling promotion in the UK, and then I wrestle myself. So yeah, I live off whoever Nadia Sapphire is, because all the people on my OnlyFans are wrestling fans. So yeah, I just live off the person I've created, I guess.
So what's your promotion in the UK? What's the name of it?
It's called Wrestling Society. We launched at the start of the year, so January 2022, and we've done about 9 or 10 shows this year. I think it's 9, so it's gone really well so far. So yeah, just seeing how it goes.
Well, I ran a promotion before, 3PW Wrestling. That was my promotion, and it was such a pain in the ass dealing with like half naked men with egos. So, what do you think are some of the challenges of being a female promoter?
So from what I know in the UK, there's not like like there's females who run wrestling shows with their partners, but not on their own. Like where like they finance the show, they sort out the show, like like they are the boss. So I think I'm the first person to do that in the UK, which is pretty cool. But honestly, the boys who I book are so lovely. Like for me, it was always creating a locker room where we have nice people, where you don't have egos, and people are for the show, not for their match. Like they know their place on the card, they know what style match they're going to do. They're not stealing people's finishers and all that type of stuff. So we've got like a really good thing going, and we've had so many compliments, people saying, oh my god, like this backstage atmosphere is really nice and stuff like that. So I'm trying to keep it like that. If we have any dickheads, they won't get booked again. I've got like a friend called RJ Singh, like in the UK. I don't know if you would have met him back in the FWA days.
Who?
RJ Singh, he's been going for like 25 years.
I know of him. Yeah, I heard the name.
Yeah, but he now books my card for me, so he books my shows, so it just makes life that little bit more easier. And he's got so much knowledge, like he's so good, and everyone respects him, so it just makes life easier for me anyway. But honestly, like I've got like a really good team of like 8 to 10 lads who are just so lovely to me, so respectful, and just want to help. If I ask them to do something, they'll do it. And yeah, it's just like really nice. So yeah, we haven't had any challenges with any dickheads in the locker room yet. It's all been really nice, but I think it's because I've been on the UK scene so long, I know who the dickheads are, so I wouldn't even bring them in to begin with.
It's a learning process. What was your sign again?
Sign.
When were you born?
Oh, I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I think that's really great because I remember doing this whole thing of having a promotion, and my problem wasn't it's always like the opposite promotion. And at the time, ROH was coming up. So
Yeah.
there'd be some problems here and there with them. And I remember the one night we had X-Pac against Sabu, and that was our main event, and we sold out the arena. But I think the
Amazing.
biggest problem I had, because Todd Gordon was booking for me, he was in ECW. But the biggest problem I had was everyone thought it was the Blue Meanies promotion. I'm like, he can't even fucking like, no, he can't.
You're the brains behind it.
Yeah, hello. Not to be like a jerk off. You don't know, fuck it. Just and to be a jerk off and to be truthful, the guy was great on the computer.
Yeah.
But you give him a freaking pen to go sign stuff and write script or whatever, it's not happening that well. So yeah, no, it wasn't him, it was me. But at least
That's,
everyone knows it's you. What?
that's amazing that you ran a promotion. And how long were you doing that for?
I did that for, let's see, 3PW was when like 2 years, and we had DVDs. We were on Sky TV. Was it?
Oh my God, that's
Yes.
amazing.
I forgot who my contact was there, but it was amazing. And like one of my dreams is to go back to the UK and act again and do everything because it's a beautiful place. Wales, UK, Scotland, Ireland. Maybe I'll see a leprechaun. Maybe I'll meet the Loch Ness Monster. Hey, he is real. Do you think the Loch Ness Monster is real?
I've not really looked into it, so I don't know. Like, that's a Scottish thing, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think he's real. It's real. Like I studied it like 2 years in a row for school.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's real. Like I want to think so. So like one day maybe from there I'll see it and I'll be able to like pet his head and say, "Hi, Lucky." Oh,
If
Nessie.
you
Nessie.
go in, I'll come with you and we'll go find
Yeah,
the
we'll go.
together. We'll vlog it.
Yeah, I'm like, look at us. We're with the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. So when are you coming back to the States, and who do you work for in the States mostly?
So I'm due to come back to the States end of January, mid-February. I've got a few bits coming up in Vegas for Versus Pro. I'll have a few bits coming up for New Tradition, Lucha Libre as well. Lucha Pro, I'll have some stuff coming up for. So yeah, I haven't set a lot of stuff in stone yet. So I need to just like, yeah, I think I'm just trying to get Christmas out the way first. But yeah, I love it there because the weather's so nice. Like the weather's just amazing, and I love just driving. Like I always get like a Mustang, and I rent a Mustang, and I literally have my roof down, and I'm just there chilling, music on, loving life, driving to beaches. It's just amazing. Like I've always wanted to travel, and I'm so happy now that like, you know, my OnlyFans funds that. So I travel a lot, whether even in Europe I travel a lot, and then I just, when I'm in the US, I'm like, okay, if I can pick up a few bookings, I'll pick up a few bookings. If I don't, I don't, because I'm just happy traveling and just being in the sun and just seeing things, being in my own company. I love it.
That's awesome. You're your own boss babe, CEO.
Yeah.
Like for real. So many people like want that and they just don't get the whole thing. Do you have a huge fan base in the States as well?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think a lot of my social media is mainly people from the States who follow me. Yeah, like even like with YouTube, it's mainly people from the States, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because there's more wrestling fans in the States. Because even like my TikTok, I was looking at on my thing the other day, and majority of people who follow me are from the States. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's good. Maybe I'll meet you at like WrestleCon or something like that. Because you do a lot of the conventions, the signings.
No, I've never done one.
Cool. See, that's so much fun. It's like a whole other thing. I love doing signings because I get to meet fans, but I also
Yeah,
get to see my friends that I haven't seen in a long
yeah.
time and get photos and have like that whole nice memory. It's
Oh, I
really
love that.
a special thing.
Yeah, that sounds fun. That does.
It can be. So why don't you give us your social media handles?
So my Instagram is just Nadia Sapphire. My Twitter is Nadia_Sapphire. I think my TikTok's Nadia_Sapphire, I think. And then my OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/Nadia_Sapphire.
It's a cute
And
name.
Yeah, that's it. I think I got, yeah. And then YouTube. I'm always just like, just search me, and like, there's so many fake social medias of me, especially on Instagram, and Instagram won't verify me, even though, like, I've sent them like news articles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm not going to pay for Twitter to verify me either. But
You
like
have to
this
pay?
stuff, like,
Whoa, stop!
yeah,
You have to pay to
you
verify?
can pay. You can pay now for Twitter to verify you. And I'm like, no, I'd rather have it on merit. So I'll wait. But like, there's so many like fake accounts for me. So just say to people, when you look at them, you'll know which one's real because it's got like a lot more followers and stuff like that. If it's only got 100 followers, then you know it's fake. But it's same TikTok, there's fake accounts for me. Like, there's so many fake accounts. So I wish I could get verified just because of that. Because someone messaged me the other day, someone was like sending their PayPal, asking for money and just all that type of shit. And I'm like, that ain't me. Like, it's not me, So yeah.
Yeah, you should get verified. I was knocked off Twitter. I was knocked off Instagram because they thought my account was a fake account. I'm like, how is this a fake account, asshole? I
Oh
had
my
like, at the
God.
time I had like
Instagram
10,000.
might be.
They won't like even verify me, but I'm verified on Facebook and Twitter. But hey, who cares, Last thing, actually, I did forget to ask you, how would you define your style of wrestling?
Basic.
Basic? Okay, that's fine. So
Character,
huh?
very character, like I got a really good heel character, really good at getting heats and stuff like that. But then as a baby face, I can like be a baby face. Like, I did used to have like a really sick German suplex, Northern Light suplex and stuff like that. But I had like 4 injections in my spine a few months back because I've got like a back injury. So I'm currently healing that and getting like rehab and stuff in between wrestling. But once that's totally healed, I can start doing all my cool suplexes again. So then I won't be as basic. I'll be the suplex queen.
Well, whatever you do is wonderful. And it's all wrestling, it's always all kinds of components that make a great wrestling show. Managers, deathmatch wrestlers, high flying matches, regular, awesome, great matches. Everything. It just is always something for everyone,
I love a ballet. Like, I love managers on show. Like, I spent so many years balleting people, and honestly, like, people don't give ballets enough credit, especially like there's so many like guys who are like brand new, and I'd ballet them and I'd get their heat for them, so that's one thing less they wouldn't have to worry about. And then I'd know their match. If something was happening, I could communicate with the ref or communicate, like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't see that as managers. Like, there's so much like ballets really set the tone for matches. I feel like I call them ballets, but yeah, you call them managers. But yeah, like, they really set the tone. Like, they're like, I think they're amazing to have on shows.
Yeah, it really is. And it's a whole thing of ring psychology. And like, we have a faction. So it's like 4 people it's 3 people outside of the ring, 1 person in the ring. But yeah, you have to get the heat for them. And we do, as best as we could. And when you have all these like chains of communication, it's just this whole other dynamic you're dealing with. So sometimes you just got to go with it, but you don't want to surprise anyone either if you hit them with a chair, because that's not very nice.
It makes life so much more easier, I think, having a ballet.
Yeah. So make sure whoever, I don't know who the page 3 person is, but yeah, just that is one of the aspirations like here today. So it has to happen somehow or another.
I'd love to be on page 3 or in a lads mag or something, like just something published. Like, have you like never done Playboy or nothing?
Me? Yeah, I've done European Playboy. I've done Brazilian Playboy. I was in the book of lingerie. I've been a bunch of I've done
that's amazing to do
so
Playboy.
many of these. I did FHM.
Like,
yeah.
So many girls when that's what I mean. Like, how are you not on page 3 if you've done all that? Like, that's amazing.
Maybe because I don't know, like, I feel as though, whoever the hell, screw this. I'm gonna go look it up, and I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna like harass them until they have a and just say
there's
I want to be on
page 3. Yeah, there's loads of different companies.
Fox was on page 3.
Yeah, put me on page 3.
We want to be on page 3, and that's it. Case closed. But sit tight after we're done. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And do not forget to vouch for us to get on page 3. But most importantly, follow Nadia Sapphire, and hopefully, some more promotions bring you over to the States and fans get to meet you or some conventions. It'll be awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so lush. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you're enjoying the ride on Crazy Train with Jasmine St. Clair podcast. So if you are, do me a huge, huge favor. Woo! Please go ahead. Go on to Apple Podcast or Spotify or whatever, but Apple's great. Give me a nice rating and review. Send me a screenshot, and I promise you, I will send you a special goodie bag. So please rate and review Crazy Train with Jasmine St. Clair podcast. And in exchange for that, once I see the DM with the review and your name and address, I will get those gift bags out to you. I'm not going to tell you what's in it.